The printing press completely changed how knowledge was shared, beginning in the 15th century with the creation of Gutenberg. The etching press made excellent pictures widely available as the 17th century progressed, enhancing printed materials with intricate imagery. The invention of lithography in the 18th century made printing methods faster and more flexible, which was essential for the advancement of both the arts and commerce. Last but not least, the development of offset printing in the 20th century represented a crucial advancement that greatly increased printing speed and efficiency for mass manufacturing. Every step of this journey affected modern culture and changed the way we share knowledge. Development of print houses represents a noteworthy voyage of invention and adaptation that has influenced the spread of information and culture that are associated with techniques such as etching, lithography, and offset printing. The etching press is a key tool in printmaking that started in the 15th century. It uses acid to carve designs into metal plates. After inking these plates, the press prints these designs onto paper or fabric, creating sharp and clear images that are hard to make with other methods. Originally, etching was used to decorate armor, but during the Renaissance, famous artists like Rembrandt and Dürer turned it into a fine art form. They showed that etching could create details as good as those engravings. The etching process is very detailed. It lets artists make metal plates with very intricate designs. The process can use old techniques or new ones to achieve different looks. This makes the etching press a versatile tool for artists, offering many ways to express their ideas. Etching is different from painting or sculpture because of the specific way it's made and its history. It has been especially imported in places like France, England, and Germany. These countries have seen etching grow alongside other major art movements. Knowing about etching's history and techniques help us to see why it is so special in art history and modern printmaking. The etching press has also changed the wider world of printing. It has led to new technologies in lithography and digital printing. These changes have made it easier to reproduce art, making art more available to people and allowing for new types of artistic work. In short, the etching press has opened up art to more people and inspired new printing methods, helping us to share and enjoy art all over the world.
History of development of print houses faced remarkable changes in terms of style and way of communication. One of these styles is lithography. Lithography is basically a palinographic printing process that makes use of oil and water. What differs lithography from other former techniques is that by the use of oil and water, every messy detail that may ruin the work of production can be completely isolated. So that's why, thanks to lithography, printing process will be clearer. Since we talked briefly about what lithography is, now let's talk about its influence on communication in that time period and how it is in advance of time. Firstly, the lithography is invented by Alois Senefelder in 1796. A simple event related to a small alteration prompted the discovery of lithography. Senefelder, who is a former law student turned actor and playwright, encountered lithography accidentally while trying to print his own unsuccessful plays. The struggles of the previous printing techniques played a crucial role in the invention of lithography. Senefelder was etching on copper plates, but was driven for economy's sake to practice the necessary reverse writing on polished floor tiles. The acid used for etching would bite the stone, but to correct errors, retouching ink was wanted, and this was devised by a compound of wax, soap, and lampblack. This greasy substance formed the first and most important step toward final invention of lithography. For the simple repulsion of grease and water made the process of surface printing possible. After further developments, lithography became a popular printing technique in Europe. Compared to previous techniques, lithography was easier to apply. Even though it was invented in 1796 until 1820, lithography was not commercially popular. A letter from Charles Lester to Thomas Jefferson, who created one of the first lithographic establishments in France, is a proof to show spread of lithography across Europe. According to this letter, this printing technique will render greater achievements in terms of arts and science. As lithography developed, it made also important contribution to the world of art. As it is mentioned before, invention of lithography consists of coincidence and accident that lead to results. Senefelder once dropped a piece of his paper covered with his writing into some water. There happened to be spots of oil on this sheet, and when he noticed that the moisture caused the oil to adhere only to greasy line, he realized that this was a new principle to apply to the stone slab. After Senefelder broadens horizons of lithographic printing technique, most of the artists living in that time period contributed to this new way of printing with their own styles, and there are many artistic lithographic works that can be shown.
Offset printing revolutionized the printing industry with its versatility, efficiency, and high-quality result. Its history dates back to the late 19th century and involves significant advancement in printing technology. The origins of offset lithography can be traced back to the traditional lithography, which was invented in 1796 by Alois Senefelder. Traditional lithography involves using a flat stone surface to create an image, where the image areas attract ink and the non-image areas repel it. This technique was widely used for printing artwork and illustration, but was limited in its application for mass production due to the manual process involved. In the early 20th century, offset lithography evolved as a better version of conventional lithography. The offset principle, which transferred the image from a plate to rubber blank before being placed to the printing surface. With development in materials, equipment, and procedures, offset printing technology continued to advance during the 20th century. The production process was further streamlined and print quality was enhanced with the introduction of photolithography, which created printing plate using photosensitive plates. With the introduction of short print runs and additional customization options, digital technologies have also started to supplement traditional offset printing. Today, offset printing remains one of the most widely used printing techniques for high-volume commercial printing. It's favored for its ability to produce sharp, vibrant prints with consistent quality across large print runs. While digital printing has gained popularity for short runs and variable data printing, offset printing continues to excel in producing high-quality prints for newspaper, magazines, book, packaging, and other printed materials. Its rich history and ongoing innovation continue to shape the modern printing industry.